For people that haven't seen you wrestle, you're not one of the super heavyweights or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
But what you do in the ring is absolutely phenomenal. Take us through developing a style and learning how to do everything in the ring that you do, and positioning and technique and so on. What was that process like for you to get from just walking in the door and saying hi to becoming the wrestler that you are?
Honestly, it wasn't as easy as I make it seem with the Art of Finesse, right? I wanted to have this vision, in my head when I started, that I was going to be a certain style of wrestler, which isn't the style that I actually became, I was, in the gym, and I was fairly strong for my size, so I thought I was going to be a powerhouse at first. And then I got into wrestling and saw how big, a lot of wrestlers are, and I was like, well, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to figure something else out. And the Joe was putting me in there with some talented people who they were kicking my butt, and throwing me around the ring, and I was like, well, I'm probably smaller than I think I am in my mind, so I have to adapt a new style. So my studying kind of transferred over more to watching WCW, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko, the cruiserweights of WCW, and I was always a fan of the X Division, so early AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, Petey Williams, Chris Sabin, and even Sanjay Dutt. I loved Sanjay Dutt, and I had to start creating a new style, and believe it or not, I couldn't even flip, when I got into wrestling. I didn't even know how to flip. So
what? Really?
I could not. It's not a thing that early Chris Bey knew how to do, but there's a wrestler locally at FSW named Damian Drake who I had my first match with, but he actually taught me how to flip, and we spent some time at these trampoline parks here in Las Vegas learning how to flip. And
we're at the trampoline parks in town?
Yeah, and the parkour and trampoline facilities here where I learned how to do my flips and master that. And then I took them over to the ring, and I realized, there's this new style that was evolving, seeing guys like Leo Rush come up and, these smaller wrestlers who were creating their own new style, I was like, man, that's more the avenue I need to go into to kind of make this really work for myself. And that's when I started adapting this style of, the Art of Finesse, where it was more of a, I'm more elusive and evasive, and also with a good balance of high flying. And then I can get technical if I need to get technical. And I just put it all in the one ball, and it worked out perfectly when I got to Impact, because I got to show that off in the X Division and work with people from all styles, and because the X Division is open to all styles. So it just all worked out in my favor. But when I started, it was not what I thought I was going to be today. I thought I was going to be power bombing everybody and, military pressing people to the floor and all that stuff. But that wasn't who I ended up being. I'm glad I became who I am. I like this style.